Welcome to a short video summary of the Sony KD-65XD9305. You can read the full in-depth review via the link in the description or by clicking the info button at the top right of the screen. This is Sony's flagship 65-inch Ultra HD 4K TV for 2016. It utilises Edge LED lighting with a flat 10-bit panel. It also supports a wider colour gamut and HDR10 and retails for £2,799. The XD93 is an attractive TV with a glass front and a 1cm black border around the screen. There's an eye-catching gold trim around the outer edge, and the panel is incredibly thin, measuring only 12mm deep at the top and 30mm further down where the speakers and electronics are housed. The entire panel sits on an equally attractive silver stand with a brushed metal finish. At the rear there are air vents along the top of the back section and slots for the included dedicated wall mount, as well as a custom CI slot. The majority of the connections at the rear are covered in removable panels. Under the first panel there are the main inputs. These face inwards and include 3 HDMI 2.0A inputs, one of which supports ARC. There's also an aerial socket and twin satellite connectors. To the right of the main inputs there are some rearwards facing legacy inputs, whilst under the second removable panel is the rear of the stand, with grooves for tidy cable management. On the far right of the rear section there are some basic controls for setting up and controlling the TV. To the left of these controls is a third removable panel. Behind this there are 3 USB ports and a headphone socket. There's also a fourth HDMI 2.0A input, an optical digital output and an Ethernet port. On the far left there is the connector for the power cord, which, unusually for a TV, is attached to a large power adapter block. The remote control is well laid out, comfortable to hold and easy to use. It has all the buttons you'll need, including dedicated buttons for Google Play and Netflix. As you can see, the out-of-the-box grayscale was reasonable, but there was an excess of blue and green which gave whites a cyan push and resulted in minor errors across most of the scale. The gamma was tracking around 2.4 with a slight peak at 10 IRE. We were able to use the calibration controls to easily get a perfect grayscale performance, although the gamma still had a peak at 10 IRE. The out-of-the-box colour gamut was very good, with accurate tracking at all saturation points, though the colours were being pulled towards cyan due to the initial errors in the grayscale. Once we calibrated the grayscale and fine-tuned the colours using the CMS, the results were excellent, with all the colours tracking accurately aside from a slight oversaturation at 75% for red. The XD93 supports HDR10 with 1000 nits of peak brightness. The tracking of the HDR EOTF was very accurate, and the Rec 2020 tracking was also quite good, within the limitations of the panel's native colour gamut. In testing, the Sony delivered a lovely picture, with accurate colours and great image processing. The motion handling was good for an LCD TV, and the local dimming was generally impressive. The backlight uniformity and native blacks were excellent, but the viewing angles were limited. However, the XD93 delivered great images with both standard and high definition content. We tested the TV with Ultra HD Blu-ray and HDR, and results were also impressive. The ultra resolution images displayed increased detail, greater colour saturation, and a wider dynamic range. The Sony KD-65XD9305 delivered looks, features and a great performance, and as a result we're pleased to award Navy Forum's highly recommended badge. You can read the actual review at avforums.com/reviews. You can also see more videos at avforums.com/videos. And why not follow us on Twitter? And like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching.